burning of fossil fuels or other emissions that contribute to climate change. Those all sort of added together represent your carbon footprint. It was, for a long time, it was, how can we as individuals reduce our carbon footprint? I think that is important. However, I don't think that it is the most important thing when it comes to how we as individuals approach the issue of climate change, because what it can do is put an unfair amount of pressure on you as an individual to say, you know, I'm part of the problem. My lifestyle is contributing to this problem, and so I need to make these changes, or I need to make these sacrifices in my life to lower my carbon footprint. While, again, if you choose to do that, that's great. But what is most important actually in getting at the scale of emissions that are necessary is that's where institutions, in particular the fossil fuel industry, major companies around the world that have massive carbon footprints and thus have massive responsibility for the problem and opportunity to change their practices to reduce those emissions. So while I think it is certainly you can approach this as what can I do as an individual to reduce my own impact, I think what you can do as an individual is use your voice to encourage and advocate to institutions with much larger impacts to change the way they operate. The responsibility for this problem is not on us as individuals. The responsibility, if I can say, is on the systems that we have built as countries, as a global economy. So the people who are in power and decision makers are the ones who need to be the ones using their responsibility, using their power. And we can choose to, of course, vote for people who believe that climate change is a problem and will promise to do something about it if they are in a position of power. So you can use your voice that way. You can also use your voice collectively, again, with others, and building a coalition to, again, deliver those messages to decision makers, to heads of businesses to say, you know, we need a safe climate. We need a sustainable future. It is your responsibility as an institution with power and responsible for creating these negative impacts to change the way you operate and approach this. So I think it's a little bit of a different mindset again than probably what was had in the past, but I think reflects the reality of what are the most important ways and who are the most important influential decision makers that can have that impact and at the scale that we need, because it is as you all are aware, climate change is a massive global problem, is large scale, impacts and needs an equal proportion of large scale solutions to really tackle. Me as an individual, if I switch my the way that I generate electricity for my home, yes, that will make some difference, and it is important. But what's most important is that we get at those systems and the scale, and that can be a trickier thing. Again, going back to the first answer, which is how can you learn and understand those systems? I think that is of fundamental importance as well. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. I know it's not sort of a concrete, specific individual action, but I would just reiterate and reemphasize building your own knowledge, staying curious, asking questions, I think is the number one thing. And then using your voice in combination with others who are aligned with your cause to, in this case, the cause of climate action, to push people who have more power and more influence on decisions to make the right ones.
Yes, and I think to make those little changes in our own way of life also, right? Our habits, that is also so important.
It can be, yes.
We need to change ourselves first before changing the world.
That's a good point too. I think that one of the effective ways that taking individual action can make is, while it may be small in terms of the scale of reducing emissions for your own individual carbon footprint, you are then coming at it from a place when you are approaching others to ask them to do things. You can then say, and here's what I've done. This is what I have done in my small way. So you're speaking from a stronger position to say, I'm asking you to do this. I've already done it. I've shown that it's possible. And so leading by example in that way is also can also be powerful. Yeah, that's a great point.
Absolutely. Kevin, just one thing. We may be sending you another link because these are, 40-minute sessions and it's almost over. Would you mind joining the next link? So there will be this small interruption.
Yes.
The link has another maybe 1.5 minutes left. I think we can send the second link and we can all join the second link, please. We are sorry about this interruption because
that's
none
okay.
of us
I'm
have
going on a little long too myself.
No, that's absolutely okay because we needed to hear this from you. That's why we are here. So just sending you the next link, okay? We are all joining through the next link. So Srishti, if you are ready, you can send it. And
Sister, I have to end this meeting before I can send another.
Yes, please end this meeting so that we can join. We have 3 more questions left, I know.
Thank you.
And I'm so sorry.